Hi, good afternoon. My name is Yael Shavit, and I'm from NVIDIA. And I'm a Senior Director of Marketing responsible for networking in NVIDIA. And today my talk covers the BlueField-4 DPU, which we just announced at GTC. But before I get to BlueField itself, I would like to give you a few minutes talk about our view of networking in general in NVIDIA. So as you know, the GPUs are so strong and have so much compute power, but GPUs alone by themselves is not enough. You must connect multiple GPUs together. And the way we do that in NVIDIA is by multiple networks. We have the scale-up network, which is the NVLink. You see that on the left side. And the NVLink makes multiple GPUs working coherently together, where one GPU can access the memory of its neighboring GPU in the NVLink domain. So that's the scale-up. In addition to that combination of multiple GPUs working together, that may not be enough, and you want multiple racks of GPUs to work together. You want a whole data center to work together. And for that purpose, we have the scale-out network. The scale-out network is where our solutions comes end-to-end, comes in play. We have both the Quantum X solution and the Spectrum X solution. Both are end-to-end options for AI networking. In every compute tray, we have the BlueField DPU. You see that here on the right. And the BlueField DPU purpose is mainly to get data from storage or management data, and in a way manage the entire AI network as a one compute giant computer or supercomputer. What I covered so far is a data center, but in some cases where we have customers that want more than one data center, we brought recently the scale across, the compute scale across, where multiple data centers can be connected together. Okay, so what is needed for supercomputing, AI supercomputing? And basically, I covered that in 4 points. First, it's the bandwidth. We need extreme I/O at lowest latency, very precise in accuracy, in time. So bandwidth is number one. But that's not enough. We need support for multi-tenancy networking. We want multiple jobs, multiple users to run on the data center to use it for their jobs, and supporting multi-tenancy and making sure that they are not touching each other's workload and they are isolated from each other is super important. So security and cybersecurity, making sure that the infrastructure is stayed for infrastructure only and not user data, or no user are touching the data. The infrastructure is also very important. And once you build a cluster, you want it to be elastic. You want multiple jobs. Sometimes they are large, sometimes they are small. You want all these combinations to work at the same time on the same cluster. So all these aspects are super important. And the BlueField DPU is helping us with that. The BlueField, in a way, is the operating system, acts as the operating system of the data center. As an operating system, you can look at it as comparing what used to be a server where the OS, the operating system, would run on the CPU itself, and it would use the compute resources, something that is not great because you want these compute resources for the jobs to run. So what we do with BlueField is that all these aspects of managing an infrastructure and holding the infrastructure, we move that to the BlueField cores. You can see that here on the diagram, where the storage, the management, managing the storage, the software-defined security, all these aspects are handled by the BlueField core inside the DPU. And clearly the networking elements that are as part of the BlueField DPU are also there. So we are leveraging accelerators, security accelerators, or storage accelerators that we have inside the networking interface card inside the BlueField DPU. BlueField DPU reside in every system that NVIDIA is promoting or having by its own, starting from the RTX Pro servers, continue with the HGX boards and reference platforms that we are working with our partners, GX B200 or B200 or B300 platforms, and clearly the GB200 and the GB300 NVL72, that is the full rack of GPUs. In each one of them, the BlueField DPU is part of the compute array for storage and management interfaces. And clearly, all NVIDIA AI factories are supporting and having the BlueField DPUs as part of their solutions. So recently, like last month at GTC DC, we announced the next generation of our BlueField family, BlueField-4. And this is really the next big thing in BlueField family. This one is holding 64 cores of Grace CPU and 800 gigabit per second networking from its own NIC. On top of that, clearly we have the AI storage processing accelerations and full stack of AI security. Together with DDN is empowering the HPC and AI storage, as you all know, and together leveraging the BlueField solution. So everything I showed you till now is how we use the BlueField as an initiator side on the compute tray. But DDN use the BlueField on their targets, on the storage target. And that's how together we ensuring that the GPU cluster gets maximum bandwidth and the GPU utilization is running at maximum speed exactly on time for the GPU workloads that all of us want to achieve. Together, we achieve automated data movement and data placement accurately with zero trust isolation, meaning that we don't trust anyone that's running on the data center. The security is kept by the BlueField and let anybody to run on whatever cluster you wish to build. Together with DDN, we achieve faster time to insight, faster time to achieve job completion on your AI data center.